Congratulations to both of you. This is an outstanding film. And I just want to know, from the perspective of two men that have worked with Christopher Nolan, how the hell he keeps stepping it up.
Got a lot of good ideas. And I think he, you want to know why I think he keeps stepping it up is because he genuinely loves what he does. He's not doing it to make a bunch of money or to prove anything to anybody. And as popular as his movies are, he really just loves movies and makes them, I think, mostly for himself and his own joy. Yeah. And that's why it comes off so well.
Gary, how about you, to work with a man like that?
I just think he's talented. I think it's as simple as that. He's just got, and he knows what, he has a great sense of sort of story arc and where the movie needs to deliver. He's got a great sense of what this is what the audience needs here. This is what they need to feel here, and this will take us here, and then it has its conclusion. He seems to have a sort of wonderful sense of that, and there are people that do, but it's ones and zeros. I don't know. It's just a mysterious thing. But we were talking about this earlier, but you don't see him making an epic movie like this. You don't see him doing it. He just very calm, very comes in in his uniform.
He does it with ease.
Yeah,
and his tea.
With his waistcoat and his and his
vest,
tea.
As we say.
Yeah, his vest and his tea. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Earl Grey. Joseph, for you to be on a set like this and to work with, come on, this legend and everybody
Absolutely.
else. What was it? No, yourself. Seriously,
No,
is it a pinch myself moment?
Absolutely, it is. And I mean, specifically with Gary, a lot of my favorite actors are the ones who are chameleons. The ones who disappear into their characters, and you can't see the actor, you see the character. And this is a quintessential chameleon right here. You wouldn't recognize him if you watched True Romance, say, and showed that to, someone who's a fan of The Dark Knight and Commissioner Gordon, you wouldn't think that was the same person. That, to me, is really the highest compliment you can pay to an actor. And, so I would just come to work and absorb and, be...
He's blushing!
Yeah.
But Gary, for you, to be able to, what do you think of this guy? Because he's pretty darn talented, too.
Don't do that. Come
on,
on,
but I'm not doing it to be kiss-ass here. I mean, seriously?
I came up to you one day on the set, and I said, it's so honest. I said, you can't put a pin through an insincere moment.
I remember when you said, of course I remember. We were in Nottingham.
We were, yeah.
Is it refreshing to not talk about a film, to be able to be so secretive? Because I have to tell you, it was just as a fan and an audience member, I was so happy that I didn't know a darn thing about what was going to happen in this movie. It must be refreshing.
Yeah, when there's a movie coming out that I really, really want to see, I make sure to avoid any trailers or anything that anyone writes about it or anything, because I just want to see the movie from the beginning of the movie.
I mean, I'm a Terrence Malick fan, and I didn't know a thing about The Tree of Life. And then I saw the movie, and I still don't know a thing. That was naughty of me, I'm sorry.
You should have read some articles about it or something.
I should have read some articles.
I love The Tree of Life.
I couldn't resist it.
Love
but
it.
What we do, but there's so much, there's like, there's so many movie magazines, there's so much TV coverage, you've got to, I mean, you would have to live under a rock, wouldn't you, to not hear about some of this stuff. And so it's great when you don't know, I was constantly asked, what is The Dark Knight Rises? What can you give us anything? And I just said, I've got a feeling it's going to be great, and that's all I could say, really.
And you were right, and it really is. Yeah, Joe, I want to ask you, the first time you saw Christian Bale come out in the bat suit.
Yeah, well, This is one thing I really love about how Chris makes movies, is the spectacle oftentimes is real. That was the case on Inception, too. It's not all just a bunch of green screen and computer effects that happen later, and you, as the actor, have to sort of pretend that you're seeing something magnificent. He likes to make it happen for real and then just shoot it. And yeah, when Christian puts on that suit, it's really there. There's no added digital anything. That just looks like a movie when he's got it on. And
It changes in the suit, doesn't he?
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there's something that's quite forbidding about him when he's on the set with you.
Well, he looks like a legend. He doesn't look like a person anymore. He looks like
yeah,
The Batman.
he looks like the Batman. Yeah.
Yeah. And, okay, you know, Anne Hathaway in her suit. Couldn't have been too tough to do the scenes opposite her in that. She was fantastic, too.
absolutely, yeah, yeah. And
She's a revelation in it, I think.
absolutely, yeah.
I think she is just not. I've never seen her like this, you know.
Yeah.
And
So strong. I love how strong she is, and that can be sexy too. We're so used to, if a girl is gonna be sexy, especially in a movie, she has to look like weak and submissive, or you know, like her feet are bound or whatever. And Annie in this movie has taken this character and showed how a really strong woman is so sexy.
Yeah. You a fan of Batman as a kid?
Absolutely. Everyone, I don't think you could ask anybody my age if they were a fan of Batman as a kid and get a no. Everyone is a fan of Batman.
Yeah. You had the lunchbox, I think you told me once.
Yeah, and
the
my mom
pajamas.
sewed me a Batman costume, like a homemade Batman costume. I remember.
I made my own.
As you should.
You know, my
Well, you
mother
were-
had her.
Don't buy
I
any of
used to
that
watch-
stuff at the stores,
I
kids.
used to watch Adam West, and my mother had this wide sort of 60s belt, and I stuck cigarette packets to it and then painted it yellow as a utility belt. And I was 27 at the time. Very sick, very. But yeah, and you know, the cape, and we had an old shed out in the yard, and I did the bat sign on it with the, hey, yeah, no Superman, no.
No.
It's the Batman. Again, guys, fantastic job. Thank you so much for this movie. It really is spectacular.
great.
And,
Thank you.
lovely talking to you both. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Have a great day.